All right, for the law of definite composition, you should have these pages attached on Canvas. Make sure you read the background information. It's going to help you answer the questions later on. So for the procedure, it says label one test tube H2O and the other H2O2. We're not going to do that. I've got some labels on these test tubes you can kind of see. One says 3, one says 2. We're going to put water in this one, hydrogen peroxide in this one. Okay, so that's how we'll tell them apart. We want 5 milliliters of each. Then it says make some observations about the properties of water, and then we're going to see how they react with manganese dioxide. And so that's what you'll put in the table here. And then there's some questions. There's some conclusion questions here, 5 conclusion questions, and then 4 critical thinking questions you'll need to answer and submit to me on Canvas. So let's get this set up. So I need 5 cubic centimeters of water. So we'll put that in here. Then in a separate graduated cylinder, we're going to put 5 cubic centimeters of hydrogen peroxide. And you can see by looking at these 2 test tubes, as far as their physical properties go, they look exactly the same. You really can't tell them apart. They're both clear liquids. There's really nothing different in either of those 2. And so then what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of manganese dioxide, which is just this kind of dark gray, maybe even black colored substance. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the end of a wood splint and put it into the water. And then put it into the hydrogen peroxide. Now if you look here closely, you can see that in the water, it really is just doing nothing. It's kind of falling to the bottom, floating on top. If you look at the hydrogen peroxide, what you see happening is you can see a bunch of bubbles forming here. Okay, those are gas bubbles. If we shake it a little bit, you can definitely see we're getting a lot of gas being formed. So I'm going to hold my thumb over the end of this for a minute or so, and we're going to try to determine what gas this is. I'm going to let the pressure build up. And we'll see if this will work. If it would be hydrogen gas is very explosive, and if we would put a burning wood splint in there, it'd make a popping sound as there's a mini explosion taking place. If it was carbon dioxide gas, it would put out a flame. Okay, because carbon dioxide is not flammable at all. Another gas that we'll deal with is oxygen gas. It was oxygen gas. Oxygen is the reason why things burn. If we have an ember on the end of a wood splint, it's going to relight that ember. So I'm going to light this wood splint, see if I can get an ember on the end of it. And there we go. There's an ember on the end of it. So I'm going to stick it in here, and let's see if it relights. And it does. So that's oxygen gas.